Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 10th of January, and happy birthday to my sister Julia. I want to use the Tarot of the Cat People for today's reading, and there's some real characters in this deck that I want to show you. Right, so let me shuffle these cards a few times and see what they want you to be aware of here on Tuesday the 10th and what energy you'll be working with. So let's have a look. Right, so the first card is the Three of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm getting that there's the potential for real conflict here today. And it's important to get back in touch with your own feelings and to take care of yourself and to practice good self-care. And that's much better than retaliating or going into resentment and taking something that's already unpleasant and dragging it out and taking it even further. So what the cards are saying to me here is that there may be some sense of loss or betrayal or conflict or heartbreak that really puts you at odds with a situation or another person. And the Knight of Swords in the same suit here, which is the element of air, the Knight of Swords is always extreme, and he rushes into things and he speaks before he thinks, and he tends to escalate a situation, and errors are made when the Knight of Swords gets involved. So I feel that the big warning is not to then turn around quite literally and to re-chew your feelings of what happened and to say, oh, well, because you know when you wind yourself up even more by replaying it in your head, that kind of thing is dangerous today because it could lead to you making a mistake. The Page of Cups is the most inexperienced of the court cards when it comes to getting in touch with their own feelings, but it's also the person who's the bravest because they realize they have no experience, they've got a lot to learn, but they're still willing to do it. So it's a major opportunity for you to rediscover yourself within something that's going on in your life. Like this sounds a bit kind of unfeeling almost, but it's like the difficulties prompt you to see what strong stuff you're made of and how much there's yet to learn and do and see. So that kind of feels to me like something opens up and is then replaced by something else. And we've got all this air. Air is kind of the rules of your life. It's communication. It's the way you see the world. It's perspective. It's interaction with other people. So in one of those areas, something is either problematic, it doesn't work, or it exits completely. So that could be, the way I see this town that I've lived in for 8 years. I used to love it, and I'm looking at it again today, and something's shifted. I don't just feel the same warm, fuzzy feeling that I usually did. And, oh no, what am I going to do about that? Or I, really took care of this person, and now they've stabbed me in the back by betraying me in a particular way. So that creates an opening in terms of my relationships. I can either retaliate and hurt them back, or I can walk this difficult path of saying, okay, that is gone. I've got a vacuum here. What am I going to fill that with? The best thing to fill it with is myself taking care of me and getting back to an emotional sense of being oriented, like self-oriented. I don't know, the example that's just coming to mind, like, I don't know, when you've been to the doctor or something and they give you medication and you take it for a while and you get used to it, and then you come off the medication like a month or two later and you remember what you're actually like you remember that before you These things are very easy to forget. And through something opening up here today, you remember your true self. You go on a new journey. And it's important to go inward rather than outward. What else is there? We've got all this purple. So it may seem like something really like spiritually ordained is occurring, like a life event. The real life event is that you're able to rediscover yourself within all this stuff that's happening, and that you can drop ways of behaving that haven't worked in the past, that you've learned from, and you get to have a quiet time finding back to yourself. I mean, I'd much rather be sitting here with a glass of whatever and the little cat stroking that than I would on a giant leopard about to charge into battle. This is much more comfortable. Yeah, so when the chips are down, what do? Do you explode or do you go inward? Number-wise, we've got 3 and 1 is 4 and another 1 is 5. 5 is freedom. So that's actually saying that something that seems to be very problematic or even to crash out of your life on this day, even though that seems like the worst thing ever, it's an opening into something else. And not to get so quick to judge whether something is a big loss or a great victory. You may have freedom from something that was the best thing or the worst thing, but you don't know yet until you walk the next chapter. And yeah, keep an open mind. Something is shifting here, and you can review it all and decide what it means when you're at the end of the journey. Right now is a little bit early to do that. And I think that's important to remember in general, like not to hop on something and to say, okay, this is what it means, so it has to be bad, you know, especially if something is seen as negative. So freedom then, real freedom by connecting with your inner self, like the spiritual being that you are, what your real truth is, rediscovering yourself. That, I mean, as long as that's in place, you always have real freedom. And freedom from conflict by not engaging with things that you realize aren't going to be productive in any case and would just make a situation worse and give it more life. Wow. Okay, so we've had a tough 2 days here. Yesterday was also a bit of a challenge. So let me know how you get on in the comments, please. This, to me, I just want to leave with this thought that it seems like this person is kind of meditating out here. So I feel that an easy way to manage all this is to use your spiritual practice that gets you to this place of connection, and to use that and to hold yourself back, really. And often meditation allows you to have that extra perspective on yourself, that you don't have to react in the moment. You get like 3 seconds to consider first. And those 3 seconds are often very, very, very life-changing. Okay, so I hope you have a great day and that you have some sort of personal and spiritual epiphanies here. If you would like a personal reading, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. And I use astrology, the tarot, and numerology in my personal readings. So if you have any questions about what's coming up in future, your personal strengths and weaknesses, places to live, when is a good time to change job or to travel or to move house or anything at all, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.